Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Kamen Rider build review for you today. This is the DX Drill Crusher. This is the primary weapon of Kamen Rider build. Has a sword mode, which you can see primarily featured here on the front, but there is also a gun mode. And then it comes with the Hari Nezumi full bottle, which is a hedgehog. So I'm just going to call it the hedgehog full bottle. It's much easier to say. Taking a look here on the back, here's the sword mode. Here's the gun mode. You just take the blade off and plug it into the side. It does spin. You can put a full bottle in it to get like a powered up sound, which of course we'll take a look at. And then it shows Hedgehog Tank over here on the side if you're using them in the driver, which of course we will do. Taking a look on the top, gun mode, blade mode. Taking a look on this side, just kind of a cool picture of build. Same on this side, showcasing the two different modes. And then on the bottom, kind of a cool picture there as well. So that's really it for the packaging. We'll go ahead and get out of the box and take a closer look. So this is everything you get in the packaging. Obviously you get the main handle section, which has the LED, and then it has all these gauges that go crazy every time you use it. This is the spinning thing that you will pop this onto, which we'll take a look at in a minute. Here is the on and off switch. This is the release button for the full bottle when you slide it in. And then it does take two AAA batteries, which go in this cover here on the handle of the sword, the hilt of the sword. So I have to say, it fits my hand pretty well, actually. Always appreciate that. Not too bad. Trigger, obviously, right there. Speaker is right here. So we'll get back to that in a moment. This is the drill piece. When you put it on like this, it's a sword. When you plug it in like this, it's the barrel of a gun. Which I'm fine with. I kind of don't like when they always just have like, it's a blade, and then they just kind of turn it. Now it's a gun. At least they took it off and it looks different. It looks like kind of a large barrel. So I at least appreciate they did that. Here is the Hedgehog full bottle. You can kind of see like the little eyes and the little nose, but it's a little difficult to see. You can see all the quills up here. Kind of cool. This obviously can spin, click into place, QR code. Here are the tabs on the back, so the driver knows which one it is. So we're going to put him off to the side for a moment and focus on this. If I go ahead and turn it on, now if I just go ahead and press this, that's what it does. It doesn't know or care if this thing is connected in any capacity. You're going to get the same sounds. It's kind of a generic sound, but honestly, the ratchet or the gear, whatever moves this around, is so loud, you can barely hear the sound that it makes. But it's mostly just kind of like a kind of sound. It's not really that exciting. So if I go ahead and I pop this on, now it's in sword mode. And I do think it's cool that this turns. I do think that's kind of neat. It's a drill sword. So that's kind of cool. If you want to take it off, you can see these buttons here on the back. Press this one, the closest to the bottom, and basically what that does is there's a little catch inside right there. You can see that it squeezes it in so you can take it off. If you want the gun mode, you turn it around and you pop it in. You can see the two plastic pieces right there. Now it's in gun mode. Does the same thing. This thing even still spins. The gauges go back and forth, the light blinks, same exact sounds. So I don't know, that's kind of a bummer to me. I mean, this does nothing. Not that I expected it to spin. I don't need it to spin. And again, if you want to take it off, press this and then those pieces will depress so you can take it out. But I wish there was something in here so that when you pressed this in, it would just push down a tab that would at least make the noise a little different, because, you know, that's kind of a brrr, which makes sense for like a drill sound. When you have a sword making a drill sound, you know, brrr, sounds like a drill spinning. I get that. But when this plugged in, if it would have just had a little button in here that it would push down so that maybe it made like a blaster sound or like a pew pew, pew pew sound, just for lack of a better term. I just don't know why that wasn't possible. I mean, the gauges can still move. That's fine. I don't need that. This thing could even still spin. It's kind of obnoxious. I wish this didn't spin in gun mode, but I understand if it's too difficult. But I feel like they definitely could have done something so that when a sound is pressed or a button is pressed inside here by the insertion of this, like, boom, that should have depressed a button inside, and now you'd get a blaster sound instead of just the exact same sound again. So this could just as well not be attached in any capacity, and this thing will do the exact same sound, the exact same light, the gauges moving back and forth, and this thing's spinning. I mean, it's just, that's all you get. Now, of course, you can take the full bottle and insert it in here, and this does what I said, and it's going to be hard to see because it's black, but maybe I can shine a light in here. Right there is a button that gets depressed when you pop in the full bottle. So this does not read the full bottles in any capacity. Any full bottle will make the exact same sound. You push this in, it depresses the button, and then you'll get the final attack sound, which is nice. But if you've implemented it over here, why couldn't you have implemented the same thing over here? I just feel like it was lazy. But in any case, if you go ahead and slide this in, so you do get a better sound. I do appreciate that it does make a different sound than just the normal. And what I think is funny is it's kind of a generic hodgepodge of, like, it starts out as kind of like a drill like slash sound and kind of ends as like a like gun sound, because they didn't want. Okay, stop it. I keep accidentally hitting the trigger. There's not a different sound. That's why I don't have this thing connected, because it doesn't matter. Like, if I have this connected on here or if I have it connected in here, it's gonna do the same Voltec break sound when you put the bottle in, because there's no way for this toy to know where this is. There's nothing in here that it gets depressed. There's nothing in here that gets depressed. As far as I can tell, I've really looked all over this. I don't see anything in here like a button or anything. It's really just the catch. So it just needs to be able to, like, click on there. Otherwise, that thing is just going to spin. So I don't know. To me, it's a missed opportunity. I really feel like they could have put more sounds in this, and they just didn't. If you want to remove the full bottle, you just go ahead and you push this down, and you slide it right out. So, I mean, it's okay. It looks cool. I think it looks cool. The drill sword is neat. Obviously, it's a little short because it's a Japanese roleplay toy. The blade is always short. And I like the idea of turning it around and popping it in here. I like the look of both modes. I think the sword mode looks cool. Popping this off. I think the gun mode looks cool. I do. I really like the look of both modes. Just the sounds are so lacking. You get one sound for the normal trigger, and you get one sound for inserting the bottle. And that's it. They put all their money into the weird gears moving back and forth and the LED flashing, which is like the least impressive part of this to me. I mean, it would be one thing if, like, you pressed it once and the gear went halfway, and then you press it again and it went the other way, or some kind of actual, feat of engineering that made it neat and interesting. Instead, you just press the button and it just goes back and forth and then stops. It's like, that's not really that impressive. I don't know. To me, it's just not that exciting. If it still did that, but there was at least one sound for the sword, one sound for the gun, and then one powered up sound for the sword and one powered up sound for the gun, I could get behind that. I'd be like, that's enough. I get it. You have two modes. You have one unique sound for the trigger of each and one unique sound for the special attack of each. That's all I'm looking for. You gave me half that. So it's just kind of lame in my opinion. But there is still more to do. Let's go ahead and put this in the build driver. So I brought tank just because that's the one it shows on the box. So we'll go ahead and slide this in. So again, just the generic "Are you ready?" sound, because this is not a best match. And then if we spin this again, it's going to say Voltec attack. So it's kind of a bummer that, you know, literally any combination you use that's not a best match, you're going to get the standard generic sound. It's really not that exciting. I also did want to point out in my review of the build driver, I thought it said full tank attack. It's actually Voltec attack. And then when it's a best match, it's Voltec finish. So yeah, it's just like basically this thing is not really exciting until you find the other one that goes with it. I mean, yes, it does say the name of it when you first drop it in, which is cool. I also think it's weird. We have rabbit, we have tank, and then they decided to go with the Japanese word for hedgehog instead of just saying hedgehog. I don't really know why. For some of them, they're using English words. Some of them, they're using Japanese words. I don't know. Just random. But it's at least cool to... It's cool to at least hear it, you know, say the name of the bottle when you drop it in. But that's kind of all it's good for right now until you get whatever this S is going to be, which signifies the other half of its best match. So I'm sure that one's on its way, coming down the pike. I gotta be honest, this one did not impress me all that much. I really do like the aesthetic. I think the blade mode and the gun mode look cool, just based purely on aesthetic. I think they look neat. It's just, there really is a lack of sounds, and to me that's just lazy. And again, I wasn't looking for much. If you had one sound for the sword and gun mode each, and then one sound for each of their powered up mode after you slide the bottle in, I by no means did I ever expect this to read the bottles. That's not how the roleplay weapons work. You know, they've never worked like that. If you go back to Drive and those kinds of things, you slid a car in, it made sounds, it never could read the car. And that's kind of where we're at with this. So I never expected that. I just wanted a slashing sound for sword, a laser sound for gun, and then a special attack for each when you put the bottle in. But we didn't get that. Basically, there's no way for this thing to tell where you have this piece connected at all. And that's really just kind of a shame. I don't know why they cheaped out like that, because they could have easily put a button in here that would get pushed down when you push this in, and then it would activate or tell it to go to the gun sounds. And I really feel like that would have been easy enough to do. I mean, we see basically the same technology just on the other side of the gun for when you slide the bottle in. So I don't know why they couldn't implement it over here as well. It's a weird choice. Basically, you could throw this part away and you would still get the same sounds out of this, because there's no way to tell where that's connected to. So you take just this piece, you turn it on, you press the trigger, you get one sound, you put the bottle in, you get your second sound, and that's it. That's really all there is. And it's kind of a bummer. And I mean, maybe I'm wrong. You know, I tried to read through the directions, but I mean, it says Voltec break both times. If there's some kind of different sound, I'm just not hearing it because the gears in this thing are so loud. But I really don't think so. Because again, I've looked all over this. There is no way in here for it to know when that is connected into this. I mean, the only thing is these pieces fit inside this lip on the inside, and there's no buttons in here to press down or make any sound. So there's really no way for this to know where this is connected, so there's no way to activate the different sounds. So, I don't know. I know I'm just harping on it. I'm saying the same thing over and again, but it's just a disappointment. I feel like all the other, roleplay weapons we've gotten in the past years of Rider have not been this restricted. And it's just kind of a disappointment. So my recommendation, I mean, if you love the look of it, then go for it. But I would probably, like, if you're just buying it for this, there's going to be a candy toy and a Gashapon release of this. I guarantee it. So, if this is the only reason you're buying this, I would say pass on this and just grab a candy toy or Gashapon version of the bottle. Because these don't have electronics, so I don't really know how the deluxe are going to be different from the Gashapon or the candy toy. I mean, maybe the sticker, although this sticker up here is not incredibly like holofoil in any way, so I don't really know what the difference is going to be. Only time will tell, I guess, but I definitely would not buy this whole sword just for that bottle. I would just wait and get a candy toy or Gashapon bottle. Wait for clearance maybe if you want the sword. I don't know. To me, it's just kind of lackluster. I'm probably not going to touch it very often. I'm not going to play with it very often. Again, aesthetically, I like it, but sound-wise, it definitely comes up short. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the DX Drill Crusher from Kamen Rider Build. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.